Yeah.
What you looking at?
My name is Hayden.
Doing
Looking
some
at stuff on
research.
my phone.
I'm sure I got a name of that.
Oh,
Checking stuff and making sure. Writing down my facts.
hello and welcome to Entertain This, a podcast about movies, TV shows, and video games. With me, I have
Hey, Dan.
Tom.
and me, Mitch,
Hi, Mitch.
the brains of this organization.
Truly, yes, the brains of this half-assed operation.
Anyways, this week we had our top animated Christmas movies. We have some new movie, TV show, and game news.
And reviews.
Yeah, that too. But first, what was the punishment that somebody had to do last week?
Oh, yeah. Hang on, let me just...
Well, while you're doing that, also our social media is Entertain This Podcast, which is the group. We have Entertain This, which is the page. We also have Twitter, which is @this.entertain, Instagram, which is entertain.this, and our Patreon is patreon.com, entertain_this, and then we have our YouTube page, which is Entertain This.
So, that all being said, I had to watch a movie. Max Hell Frog Warrior.
Yes.
It's not a movie. It's not. It's just a bunch of bull that they filmed. And it came out in like 2002, but it was filmed in like 1996.
It's a Scott Shaw film.
It is a Scott Shaw film. The Scott Shaw saga continues in Punishment.
Yeah.
I don't know what the plot is. It opens with a guy who I'm assuming is sitting on boxes, but everything's just covered in drapes and like fabric, and he's like sitting there talking to this girl who's filthy looking, not like in a good way, like just like covered in dirt, wearing a bikini, and he's just like going on about it, and he hires this other woman. He's like looking up at this American flag. It turns out that dude is like Joe Estevez, who's Martin Sheen's brother.
Yeah, so
Wow.
And Charlie Sheen's uncle. And I was like, why does that guy look familiar? And I was like, oh yeah, he's he's part of the Sheen group.
Did he bring legitimacy to the film?
No. No. So it starts with that crap, and then there's like some frog people that are chasing this scantily clad blonde woman in the desert.
Frog people, as in, like,
They're just wearing like these masks.
Okay, yeah.
And they don't look like frogs.
that's what I thought.
whatsoever. They look like lizards. They look like big gecko people.
The basically wearing big rubber masks.
What the hell was that?
Well, somebody
Someone outside starting a car with a big
somebody wants their attention.
engine motor noises. So she's running through the desert, and by running I mean lightly jogging, while these three goons are chasing after her, and like and like that's how like they get to her, they're like yeah, and she's like and then like he's walking through the desert in a suit with knee pads and elbow pads and a sword.
You can never be too safe.
No, and dark sunglasses, which he doesn't take off the entire time. He wears them the whole thing.
Yeah, he likes them.
So they steal something from her. Don't know what it is. Or it's some sort of like serum that'll turn people into frog people.
Yeah.
So basically just their heads. So he fights with some of them. They leave. And by fight, like he kicks a dude in the face and he hits the mask, and you see the mask crumple in and then just go and pop back out. And then like this other dude picks him up in a pickup truck, and she gets in the car with that guy. He's hitting on her, and Max, I guess this Shaw character, gets in the back, and he's just sitting in the back of the truck while they drive through the desert. Then all of a sudden, here comes one of the frog guys, and he gets up, and he's like beating the hell out of him in the back of this pickup truck, fighting him, making all this noise. And the guy's just driving, like, and you can't even hear anything that's going on behind him. And he's like, Max, how you doing back there? And he's like, I'm doing all right. And he's just beating the crap out of this dude. And like, it's not a movie. It's just nonsense.
So, okay, his Zen filmmaking strategy, which is
Should be forgotten to time.
you have a concept and you just shoot stuff, and whatever
Happens.
comes off the cuff,
Happens.
you're inspired by in the moment, they somehow formulate it into a plot.
I'm sure it cuts
There
down
was-
editing.
Yeah, there wasn't a plot.
So you don't think that strategy works very well?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
So he's over 2.
Yeah. So it cuts back to because there's this bad lizard fellow
Oh no.
who's wearing like the traditional trench coat, and he's got like he looks like a 1940s private eye sitting in an office, and he's just got the frog hat on and he's smoking, but he has regular hands, and you can see the little mask cut off at his neck. And he's wearing a suit, he's got that on, he's got a hat, and he's like a bad guy, and like they go to like muscle him over, and he's just like the guy's getting attacked by a ninja. Oh, these are ninjas apparently in this universe.
The frog people?
No,
Oh.
it was an Asian guy wearing black with black football pads and like a 1940s World War II bomber pilot hat helmet thing.
'Cause
Okay.
that's how ninjas dress.
Yeah, that's how ninjas dress. And it cuts to like Joe Estevez, his character, like this bad guy. I don't know. I don't even know if he's a bad guy. I really don't. The movie did not explain it very well. And it's like close up zoom on his face, and he's like, "Time to send in the ninjas," and then that's it. It just cuts back.
Okay.
And then there's like just regular dudes in football pads and like football helmets, like the old looking ones, like the leather ones, painted black, and they show up and fight.
Nah.
But it just keeps like there's a scene, and then it cuts to this other bit where it's like a sunset kind of view, so it's like they're very silhouette looking. And there's a frog guy with a sword and football pads running at this Max Hell fellow who runs at him, and the guys, they're like, gah, at each other. And then like the frog guy goes, like at the last second and gets to him just so he can like put the sword at his throat and go, and then it does like the slowdown. And so all the sound you hear is,
Yeah, the stupid echoey thing.
God. And it's just him walking around. And like apparently he's irresistible to like everybody. And then there's another bit. There's a hobo under a bridge who's apparently important. I don't know why. But there's these two frog people. And this is like in Frogtown. And I'm like, bull, this is just East LA in the 90s. That's what this is. And like they meet under a bridge, and it shows the frog people, cuts to the hobo, goes to the frog people, goes to the hobo. Max Hell shows up. They're not frog people anymore. And then it goes back and forth, and it's just two girls wearing the same stuff. And in some of the cutbacks, they have the masks on, and some they don't. I don't know why. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. So, like, are the frog people real? Is Max Hell tripping balls on LSD? Is this just his mad adventure because he's like high, drunk underneath like a bridge somewhere, and this is what he thinks happening with the other hobo who's probably dead, and like this is his little misadventure?
This is the problem when you have a guy who writes,
Directs,
edits, does the music, does
Stars.
the
The
stunt
stars in it.
When you
does
have
everything.
all that go on and you have no idea what you're doing. And
Yeah.
the sad thing is, the first review you find for this will be some
Great 5-star review that he
Yeah.
probably wrote under some stupid fake
probably
account.
like Frank
Yeah.
Stevens from Arizona. You know,
Like when they watching it, like there's some scenes where the Joe Estevez scenes, the audio is fine. You can hear him because I'm guessing somehow the fabric soundproofs the room, and like you can actually hear it. And then there's bits where they're outside and I hear,
yeah, they don't.
and then, and like that's what you hear. That's it. You just hear wind, and
Well-
and you just see his mouth moving, and I'm like, what?
At least they improved somewhat on their audio, because for my movie, which was Samurai Vampire Bikers from Hell,
Yeah.
a lot of people coming from Hell, by the way, but they had, you could understand a single line of dialogue in that entire movie.
There was only one like funny bit the entire time. This girl who works for Joe Estevez, this character, I don't know who he is. I don't know why. She meets Max Hell and comes back and goes, "Oh yeah, it's like I saw this guy, he had blonde hair. He seemed like really serious. He had a big sword." And he's like, "Oh well," he's like, "Lucky guy." And she's like, "No, like an actual sword." He goes, "Oh."
Wow, that's
Like
hilarious.
that was it. Like that was the only part that was like, "Oh, they actually made a stab at comedy."
penis jokes.
Penis joke. And I was like, all right. And then after that, it was just all downhill.
So
I mean,
what-
actually, it started downhill. It never went uphill. It just continued to cascade down
They just
into
kept digging.
nothing.
So what you're saying is it was bad.
It was beyond bad. Like, I'd rather watch Neil Breen, like, Fateful Findings, like, 4 times in a row
Oof.
Well, I just
than
want
watch
to say,
this.
as many bad punishments I've had, I'm glad that I finally found 2 that both of you agree are horrible.
This
Yeah.
was bad.
To be fair, I found Scott Shaw. You were just there when I found him.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
You were gone on military leave when I found Samurai Vampire Bikers from Hell.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I found it on researching crappy movies beforehand. And you're like, what is that? All right, whatever.
I don't remember.
So-
Whatever.
And like the frog, they all have the same mask on.
The frog mask.
It doesn't look like a frog.
Well, I think if you're concerned about continuity errors and stuff like that in a movie like this, where they can't even get the audio right.
So here's how this probably didn't help because small cutback story. I got the Lord of the Rings remastered in 4K, which I watched on my
Never
big
touched
new TV. Beautiful. It was like,
By the way, Cyberpunk comes out.
yes, it was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. And then I go to this bullcrap movie, and I was like, It was like, I swear I was watching it in like 180p on a 75-inch 4K Ultra TV.
Sorry.
So you saw every blade of misplaced hair.
So Lord of the Rings was like your
It was like seeing God, and then I'm like over here, like looking at a turd on the street. That's what it looked
trying
like.
to find an art meeting.
That was like the
So what would you rate it?
0.2.
all right.
And that 0.2 is the fact that they somehow got it all together to make it.
They
That,
somehow
like-
charged money
so
for this.
Actually, I'm taking points off because they made it. They shouldn't have.
This is the worst punishment you've ever had.
Oh yeah, this is number one.
All
I
right.
think this had a budget, if I remember correctly when I looked it up here. I think it actually
like for Samurai Vampires.
yeah, the budget was $375,000.
Jesus.
And I'm
way.
like, what'd you spend it on? Football pads and lizard masks?
probably
his own salary.
Probably Estevez.
Yeah, that was his retainer.
Yeah.
Because apparently, like, I looked, he's in like a bunch of these movies,
Huh.
and I'm like,
Who
why?
funds this guy? I mean, obviously somebody's paying him money to do these movies. Why?
Why? Who are you? Write to us.
Who are
We
you?
want to know.
And
We
it's
have
not like-
investment
We want to
opportunities.
talk to you.
It's not like he's
Also,
filming,
Neil Breen, get back to us. We still want to do that interview.
Yeah, it's not like he's filming in somewhere nowhere Oklahoma. He's filming in L.A. So people know that he's making this trash. He's turning it out. So
I mean, probably in the 90s, like them filming like just BS in LA was probably so normal. It's like, why is that guy wearing an all black suit with knee pads and shoulder pad and
still
elbow
people
pads
would
and has
know.
a sword? It's like, oh, they must be filming something. Or it's like, or it's just it's just LA in the 90s.
I don't
People
know.
do that all the time. My boss does that.
All right.
It was horrible. I hate you.
Anyways, we'll move on to movies now.
Okay. I watched a movie called Mank.
Mank.
Mank is about Herman Mankiewicz. It's on Netflix. It came out like a week ago. So by the time you see this, it'll be about 2 weeks old or something like that. But Gary Oldman plays Herman Mankiewicz, who is the screenwriter for Citizen Kane. I don't know if you've ever seen Citizen Kane, but it is considered to be the best movie ever made. Some people would dispute that. I probably would dispute that, but it is a good movie. Orson Welles is kind of portrayed as this. The story is RKO, which was this old powerhouse movie production company, gave Orson Welles.
Sorry. I thought something was funny, and then he started laughing, so I laughed a little harder.
I looked at it, I was like, what do
you
you
said RKO, I'm thinking wrestling. RKO! I don't know. I'd do it,
I
but
did.
it kind of disrupt the table.
Do you want me to continue?
Sorry.
Okay. So RKO gave Orson Welles free reign, 100%, just to do whatever he wants in making a movie. Like usually back then, studio would have some creative control and hamstring a little bit on what a director could do. But Orson Welles got this big deal because he was kind of like a rising star in Hollywood back at the time. And so he hires Mankiewicz just to write a script, just to turn out something, a good story. And Citizen Kane is about a newspaper guy, a guy who works in the newspaper industry, that just basically becomes like a millionaire powerhouse. Like he's so rich and wealthy, but he has all of his riches kind of isolate him, and he becomes lonely. Rosebud, blah blah blah. All right. So he akins that to one of the characters in the movie, whose name is Hearst, who is also newspaper man, and basically just writes the whole movie, making him I guess he would be an antagonist.
Yeah.
Because Citizen Kane, the what's his name, Charles Kane, the character from Citizen Kane. I don't know that guy. He's not a good guy, but he's not a bad guy. It's kind of like a tragedy story, and the movie portraying Hearst being this bad guy, because back then during the Depression, all these leaders in Hollywood were more or less just cutting salaries from people below them and retaining or paying themselves more, despite the depression. They kind of allude to the fact that it comes back to bite them. You know, there's a bunch of people trying to mass exodus to Florida to do production out there, and but the history behind Hollywood at that time was pretty fascinating. Honestly, plot aside, whether or not because like it comes down to this: do you believe that Orson Welles actually wrote Citizen Kane, or do you believe that Herman Mankiewicz actually helped him or wrote it by himself? That's the kind of the movie, which was done by Fincher, David Fincher. The screenplay was done by Fincher's father, who died back in 2003. This is kind of Fincher's like homage to his father. He makes this movie under the guise that Mank should have gotten sole credit for the story. In reality, if you kind of do some research, you can kind of tell that Orson Welles probably had just as much creative pull in it. So it's if anything, if you like the political intrigue that comes with making movies, and how, especially the best movie quote ever made, how that was made, and all of the controversies that came behind it, this is kind of a cool movie to start in. It's like 2 hours, 20 minutes long, so you might want to pause and do some research, like who is Upton Sinclair, this Meyer guy from MGM, what all did he have to do with anything? What's the origin of the Writers Guild? All these Hollywood historical facts that are portrayed in here, they're fascinating, but I'd say like 1% of the population would probably know everything that they're talking about. So
didn't William Randolph Hearst like attempt to have the movie like destroyed or something, or like he sued about it? Or he was mad at least.
Well, so it goes more into like the political taboo stuff, because Upton Sinclair, back during the Depression, was trying to push for a more of, I wouldn't say socialist, but like a community-based pay. So like if you're making $1 million off of a movie, the people who are above the line, the people who make all the money, shouldn't just make all the money. They should give some of that money to the unions, to the grip, the help, the Cameron people, all that stuff. They should get some of that money. And he was kind of pushing for this more community-driven ideology. And Hearst, who is in charge of the media, basically pushed him out and worked for the other guy, because Mank liked Upton Sinclair, and this was his stab back at Mank. I doubt it's really that petty, but who knows? But it's interesting. It's a lot, but it's a lot of dialogue. It's every bit of this movie is dudes in rooms talking. So I mean, I took it in two chunks. I watched an hour one day and the rest of it the other day. So that's probably the best way to do it. I don't know if you could sit through the entire 2 hours 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it's shot black and white with a tinge of sepia tone. Not nearly as bad as like the black and white scenes of Wizard of Oz, but there's still a little bit of that golden fray, I would say, that you feel in the old sepia tone movies. And they shoot it like in the guise of how talkies were being made right after talkies became a thing. So they are talking a lot because they are showing it off. That's like their thing. And then everybody's so quick and witty.
Dialogue.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's an interesting rabbit hole to research, what happened to RKO. Why was Orson Welles considered this rising star hotshot? What's the craziness behind Mank? Why did the Writers Guild need to be a thing? If you ever were like interested in Hollywood history, this is the perfect launch pad for you to like watch and then deep dive into. So I could talk about Hollywood history for hours, and I'm not going to because it is boring for most people. I understand. So I'll move on to completely opposite news, which is Monster Hunter. So
The other side of the coin.
Yep, let's talk about a video game movie. This movie got released in China, and it got immediately pulled in China because they made a racial slur about Chinese knees. I don't know. There's apparently
Chinese.
I saw the
knees.
clip, and there's the Asian guy in the back of the vehicle that he's talking to Mila Jovovich or whatever. He goes, "What kind of knees are these?" And she goes, "What?" they go, they're Chinese.
Yeah.
And that got it pulled and like completely banned in China.
Well, I guess it's
Wow.
based off of like a playground racial slur. I don't remember. I don't even know what it is.
Kids on playgrounds just uttering racial slurs.
Yeah, something about, I guess because knees is in the word Chinese. I don't know. So that was offensive. But the thing that blows my mind is there's no way that rhyming, little blurb
Did.
translates into Chinese. So what could they be offended about? I guess just the idea that it was people.
Making fun of China.
I don't know. But anyway, so it got pulled. They have review bombing going on right now for this movie. There's just like tons of people on Reddit and whatnot that they're just dedicating hours a day just to trash this movie.
Tons of people like trying to trash it.
Who
They
probably
have no-
haven't seen it.
Well, they
probably.
probably don't even know any idea what the offensive part is.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh yeah, it's horrible. It's offensive. Okay.
How dare you?
Why?
I'm literally shaking. Rage.
Triggered. I mean, the movie's not going to be great anyways. It looked like, you can tell by the trailer, like this is
Yeah.
going to be
This
trash.
is gonna suck.
So, I mean, it's got Paul W.S. Anderson as the director. If you look at his history with all the Resident Evil movies, you can tell. I think he did another video game movie too.
Tell me
yeah.
stop doing video game movies.
That's his thing now. That's what he's known as, is like the failed video game movie guy. And then Mila Jovovich, who's in a ton of
Every Resident
trash
Evil
movies.
movie.
Which
Yeah.
really, she's not a bad actress. She just gets put in very bad roles.
Because she keeps accepting them.
I
Yeah.
know. Well, that's part of
She-
her
Her,
problem.
partly her fault.
Yeah, so it looks bad. Like you could tell because like Monster Hunter is about a alternate, like not in our world. It's a world where like these giant dinosaur looking monsters get hunted by these like
Monster Hunter's about monsters being hunted.
yes, they're getting hunted by like normal like humans, but they don't have conventional weapons. They have like
It's
giant
almost like
swords and stuff.
Pirates of the Caribbean, like Caribbean kind of where the people live. They have like these wooden huts and all this,
Mhm.
but then you have like bipedal cats that like cook
Oh,
food
yeah.
and all. It's just all sorts of weird
It's
stuff.
strange,
Huh.
yeah. It's a weird universe. So they're trying to inject that into our reality because the trope in Hollywood is if you don't have modern reality connected to whatever world that you're portraying,
Yeah.
it's not going to sell well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think audiences are more intelligent than that nowadays. Anyways, it's trash. So and then the stupidity behind how people are offended by it is also hilarious and trash. So that's just the world we
Some
live
people
in.
just look for excuses to be offended.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like they are already editing it and they're trying to re-release it, but China's banned it. The game company called Tencent, I think they did PUBG Mobile.
Mm.
They just spun out a production company and they're doing the remake or whatever. Yeah, it's silly. But yeah, that's like what $150 million. They
down the drain.
they made no, actually, I'm sorry. It was like a $60 million movie, but they have to make $120 million in order to make a profit. And at their box office release, they made $1.2 million. So yeah,
New world record.
so they're not doing very
Losing
well.
a lot of money.
Hmm And that's the.
They could have given us that money. We could have made a better movie.
I don't think there's going to be a sequel. So
Very ambitious thought of you.
yeah. All right, that's my movie stuff.
All right, Tom, what you got for TV shows?
TV shows. James May from Top Gear and Grand Tour has a cooking show now out on Amazon called James May Oh Cook, which is obviously
Oh
a
Cook?
spoof of him going oh cock on Top Gear for like 20 years. So I'm sure that'll probably get edited out. But it's like stuff is like it's his cookie show. It's like food an idiot can make, and obviously it's him. But his when they had left Top Gear, he did James May's Unemployment Tube on YouTube, which was pretty much a series of him just like cooking crap at his house. Like he did like his little like at home cooking channel,
Uh-huh.
and everybody was like, "You should do a cooking show. Like this is it's funny watching you try to make stuff and just mess it up." And he's like, "Huh?" And then they did Grand Tour, and then apparently he's a big part of Food Tribe.
Oh,
For those of you who eat, I'm sure you know what that is.
that small part of the world that,
that
eats.
small portion of people who
I'm
enjoy.
not one of those people.
No, we don't do that.
I just
I am.
seed in the sun.
So he has like a Food Tribe YouTube bit where he makes food or whatever. But he started doing the cookie show. And he has a cookbook out, And it's kind of funny because there's a woman in a cabinet behind him who comes out to like make sure everything's going well. Because he's like, yeah, in the first episode, he's like, her job was on like British cooking shows as the woman behind the set who cooked all the real food. And he's like explaining like it's a bunch of bull. He's like, all these celebrity chefs. He's like, they can't cook. He's like, she does it all. He's like, they make it and then it looks like crap, and then like they cuts back and it looks fabulous because that's what she just made.
Yeah.
So like he'll be making something and he's like getting drunk half the time because he's like drinking wine and beer and like, you know, doing all the whole nonsense. It's basically like everybody else is sitting in the living room across the kitchen with all the camera stuff set up, filming them, and he's just like giving them the business and, you know, talking back and forth with them. It's funny. I don't normally watch cooking shows, but I did enjoy watching this. I don't really know a lot about cooking, but I've learned something.
Cooking shows make me frustrated because
does.
I'm like, that seems really complicated for something I'm going to eat in 30 seconds.
Yes.
And then now I'm hungry.
Yeah, like, there's like one. He's like making whipped cream, and he's like, it's like you have to do it in a certain way, and at a split second in time, it's perfect. If you keep going, you have butter. And he's making it, and he's like in mid sentence going like, "Look, it's almost," and then it's already gone, and he's like, "Damn it!"
Wow.
He's like, "It was just right there." It's like, "Now it's gone." And then
Yeah.
he's just like looks down, grabs his glass of wine. He's like, oh. So I definitely give that like a solid 8 out of 10. I could watch James May do anything because I've watched him like put together a food processor.
Huh.
He had a show called The Reassembler.
What's the show on?
It's on Amazon.
Oh,
On Amazon Prime.
Oh.
Definitely worth a watch, even if you don't like
Cook.
cooking shows.
Is
Watch
it family appropriate?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's
A little
family
bit.
appropriate. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Even though that's a play on genitalia is the title.
It's a play on fowl on
Oh,
roosters.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the kind.
FOWL.
Yeah, that's the one we're
Literary humor. What do you think of that?
Ugh.
So that's out. I think it's like 7 episodes, and he's got a cookbook out. I mean, we're talking about like cooking crap, but
Yeah.
it's funny to watch a cooking show where he's like exposing a lot of the secrets and behind it, but it's him doing it, and it's funny. Just watch it.
Just take our word for it.
Take my word for it. It's a very entertaining show. So there's another show coming out on Disney Plus.
Ooh.
Disney Plus and Lucasfilm. They're making a TV series about the movie Willow.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah, I heard
Which
about that.
yeah, which was like a late 80s.
it's got Val Kilmer in it.
I'm guessing it's one of those cult movies like Pan's Labyrinth or
And,
something,
Yeah.
or like The Dark Stone.
What's the
Warwick
little,
Dunn,
little person.
the small chap who plays Willow.
I've never
Is it
saw the
Warwick
movie.
Dunn or is it Warwick Davis?
I
Warwick Dunn played for the Falcons, didn't
Yes. I was like, maybe that's just the guy's name too. I don't know.
he? No, I know his name is Warwick, because how many people have that name other than these two? So I think it's Warwick Davis is his name.
That sounds more right.
I'm going to go with that. And of course, they've cast 3 females to star in this because it's all about girl power now.
Okay.
I never watched this movie.
I never saw the movie either.
All I saw was like Val
No.
Kilmer was in this. I'm like, this is after Top Gun? Wow.
Yeah.
Why'd you do this, Val?
So was Legend before or after Top Gun?
I think Legend was before. Oh wait.
I think it was after.
Yeah, no, Legend was at before. I thought
Was it?
for
Was it?
Top Gun. I think
I don't know.
he looks younger in that one than he does in Top Gun.
So this is some movie about this magical world. I read the plot of Willow and I was like, this sounds stupid. I didn't see this movie. Have you seen it?
People who have seen it say it's like a classic, but
I'm
they-
guessing it's one of those
they-
cult classic
They
movies.
saw it back when it came out
When they were little
I'm
kids.
sure it's gonna be like I tried watching The Goonies with my kids and they were not interested.
Yeah.
You know, just because it doesn't hold up.
I think it's on like the vein of like the Never-Ending Story as far
Yeah.
as that kind of mystical.
Oh man, I couldn't
kind of
imagine
stuff.
watching that with my kid.
Especially the part with Artax.
They
Your
would
daughter
probably-
would like,
Yeah, she'd be mad.
she'd lose it.
Yeah.
So
think
that's
tried.
coming out. It's got someone
comes
from
back.
Solo with Star Wars Stories in it. I don't. It just seems like they're making crap up because apparently this lady's also going to have a role in the Green Knight, which is like the Arthurian legend. And I'm like, what is this?
Doesn't
It is Warwick Davis. It is Warwick Davis.
Doesn't Tolkien have a Green Knight
Yeah, he
short
does.
story?
So they're in it, and it's female protagonists. It's all about the females because that Star
Hey,
Wars is doing
If
that too.
if they're original characters, I don't have a problem with it. You know, maybe
Yeah.
it'll be good.
Maybe.
So, nah,
I think
So-
Disney's just trying to find something besides Star Wars or Marvel that'll keep their business running.
that's fair.
yes,
Um,
yes.
they're kind of striking out because, yeah,
Well, they got Baby
nothing-
Yoda.
There's nothing else.
They made like more recently.
Who
They
I'm
made
sure will
something.
come out as like trans.
They made something called like Godmothered, which is some kind of Christmas comedy movie.
Yeah.
They made Black Beauty, which is
I-
like a remake of it.
I saw was more
It's the-
based
that's
off the
it's
book.
the one about the horse, right?
Yeah, I watched half of that. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that those are kind of some of the newer things they've made, but those are movies that they haven't really have a whole lot of TV.
What's funny
shows.
is how ridiculous. Like, if you ever watch the reviews for everything besides The Mandalorian on anything on Disney Plus, it seems like everybody else hates Disney Plus too, because like they're not getting one good thing. However, there is the new Pixar movie coming out to Disney
Soul?
Plus. Yeah, that's coming out on what is that, the 25th?
I know it's towards
Christmas.
closer to Christmas,
Which
yeah.
is kind of because that movie was supposed to come out in April this year, and they kept delaying it. They really wanted a theatrical release. Instead of, they decided to put it on Disney Plus, and they're not doing the crappy Mulan thing where you have to spend $20 extra.
To watch
Right.
something that you can watch 3 months
a
later.
movie
Right.
that doesn't have that has no Mushu.
So they just are going to put it out on Disney Plus, and I think in Pixar, I trust. I think that will be a good movie.
They haven't led me astray
Yeah.
many times.
So I'm looking forward to that one. Ah,
They should just do the Incredibles TV show. I'd watch that.
That would be fun.
That'd be fun. But no, we're gonna get this TV show about a movie from the '80s that no one remembers.
yeah, that is kind of a true point.
It's like you're just grasping at straws. So that's coming out. Apparently, the movie was also directed by Ron Howard, and I think George Lucas was like an executive producer.
That sounds right.
So
All right, well,
TV done.
we'll go on to games now. which-
Games.
This isn't a new game, but it is on the Xbox Game Pass for free right now, which is State of Decay 2. And I haven't played it recently, but I did play a lot of it a while back. I'll go ahead and say like IGN gives it a 7.5 out of 10. I give it a 6 because when I stopped playing it, it was because they did some kind of update to where you kept getting kicked out of the game all the way to the Xbox dashboard every so often. Like, and you wouldn't know why. You just all be playing, and if you
Yeah.
didn't save it, you just get kicked out.
You just
and
get
miss everything.
dashboarded.
That's
I
why.
can't imagine if that was on like Dark Souls.
Now, if I know, I don't like I said, I don't know currently, but if
Mm-hmm.
they fix that, I would give it probably a 7.5 or 8 because it's a lot of fun. It's basically it's a zombie survival kind of game, but it's more like community building kind of thing, like RPG style stuff,
Okay.
where you can build up your character's endurance and his skills with like electricity and things like that. But
Skyrim Zombies Edition.
kind of.
Well, I mean, what is it? Dead Island did that, and then
Yeah, but this is all like over the top, like third person
Funny,
view of like running around
yeah,
and you can play up to 4 players.
I played the first one, but I was really mad about it because they advertised it like it was a multiplayer game, and it wasn't. So it was trash. Because it was the only way that game would work is if it was multiplayer.
And this the State of Decay 2, it is multiplayer. I've played it with. You can have up to 4 people, and if you don't have 4 people playing, you can have like one of your computer companions join you, so you still have 4 people going out and doing these missions and stuff. And you'll make weapons, and you can modify vehicles to where they can stand up to zombies and stuff. But then over time, they'll kind of degrade. You got to repair them or make a new one.
Okay.
You can make like a community. Like you can find like an old power station is where I made mine. So I had like the hydroelectric power station.
Nice.
So all my stuff, it was easier to get power, but it'll give you like certain, I guess, like slots where you can put like a little garden, or you can put your barracks or your vehicle maintenance area. Basically, you have to build your own like base and stuff.
I like those community-based games where you start with nothing and then you can just build an empire kind of thing. Well,
At what point do you get where you can just start building roller coasters?
Well, in this, you can only build so much for different sites, and then eventually, if your community grows enough, you got to find a new place. Like
You can't just keep expanding.
yeah, that kind of annoys me.
well, last I
what I
did
would
at
do
this
in real life.
place, we moved over. Like we were starting to move to a new like strip mall, but then that's when they did an update, so I quit playing. But they have all like 6 different zombie types. Like one, it'll scream, which when it sees you, it'll draw in more zombies. There's another one that like if you hit it, it bursts into like gas to where it slowly kills you.
It
So
farts.
What's that? What's that? Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
There's
They
like
have
a
one.
tank.
Yeah, well, they have one in here that's like they call it a juggernaut. It's basically it looks like a 7 foot tall,
It's the Undertaker.
5 foot wide,
And this
giant
summer,
thing.
I'm gonna fight the Undertaker.
And then they have like these little really fast, like crawls on all fours ones that'll chase you down, but like every so often your base will just get randomly attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Like a horde will show up or whatever, and your community members that you've saved will they'll defend it or whatever. But if you're not there, it's a likely chance that they might just get completely overrun.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of fun. There's different missions where you can go, and they have story missions where you can rescue other community people and save them, make your community bigger, or they go get supplies by destroying this nest of zombies or whatever.
How many community people can you have in like one little spot?
The most I ever had was 10, but then, like I said, we had to move to a bigger place because there was just nowhere for them. And you kind of have to keep your supplies and stuff up to date, because if not, like the community
They'll run
members-
out and they'll start starving, and they'll start going
Yeah.
Lord of the Flies on each other.
Yeah, kind of.
It sounds like a good Walking Dead game. It seems like every Walking
Yeah.
Dead game that's ever been made has just failed tremendously.
Yes,
And, I think that
just like the show
The
has.
Walking Dead is basically a show about people who try to build a community amidst a zombie apocalypse, and they're always upgrading and gathering new people and resources, and the video games always seem to miss that.
Last thing about this one, the one good thing about it is it's kind of realistic, as in like you search the stuff surrounding your community, you get the supplies. Well, you might find very little again, like that might respawn in those places, but you kind of have to just keep moving further and further out to get supplies. Eventually, this map you'll run out of stuff, so you'll have to move. You can go as like an option to go either this, you can go over this bridge, or you can go through this tunnel, and it'll take you to a whole new place, and then you have to rebuild your community and stuff. But it makes it kind of realistic. You can't just forge in one place over and over and over. So.
Yeah. Cool.
But I like that game. It was fun as long as they update it. There's a State of Decay 3 that's supposed to be coming out for the next gen, so I might be getting it.
Yeah.
But I'll move on to my news, which Cyberpunk, they're getting a day one update. Now,
42 gigabytes.
yeah, they didn't really specify what it'll be changing, but the developer said it'll make it a whole new game. I don't know if that's just graphics wise or playability or what.
Well, they'll know. The audience will know by the time this podcast
True.
comes out.
You will know.
Cyberpunk's also kind of under fire for they didn't put an epileptic warning on anything, so
Yeah.
people are kind of fussing about
But
that.
see,
Like,
the game's not out yet.
true.
What do you? I don't understand.
They're
I
going to pull
understand.
the game now. It's going to be delayed
The
because they got to
game-
do an epileptic
The,
shock
the
update.
game killed me before release date. Well,
Several times.
they didn't put any warnings out because they didn't expect anybody to play it now. It's your fault you got the game somehow.
I'm just
and
saying
you're playing
that
it.
the epileptic community, like there's an
All
article about
freaking
them
year.
complaining
Yeah.
about
All
it.
year we've been hearing
funny.
nothing but cyberpunk out of this man's mouth.
Would be-
Cyberpunk.
What'd be funny is if like somebody gets a seizure from illegally,
That
having
would be
this game,
funny.
and then the FBI finds them for having the game illegally. But I don't know. Yeah.
Anyways, we'll move on. Big rigs. And we'll move on to there's another thing. Destiny for a long time. Wow, they've just been like
big boy.
single console, like kind of gameplay, and now they're going to have crossplay between everything, just like most other games now.
Yeah.
So the people that are playing on PS5 can finally play with the Xbox people. Yay! Although we don't really play Destiny anymore either, but
Now it's been a long time
yeah.
since I fired up Destiny.
When the third one comes out, maybe they'll actually have a different game.
That won't be bad.
It's not. It's not.
It's
the
not
Destiny-
bad. It's bad.
It's just repetitive.
Very.
Nobody likes to grind. Nobody likes to work in a video game.
and then just for Hayden, we have our Call of Duty stuff coming out.
Yeah.
which is Warzone on December 16th.
Which
Which
got
is-
delayed because of Cyberpunk.
Possibly.
Definitely.
But they're going to have a new Warzone map, which is called Rebirth Island, which is basically Battle Royale from Black Ops 4. It's on one of their maps that's being remade.
So, do you have to have Black Ops in order to play that?
No, for Warzone, you'll still have the map.
But they're going to have
Because
probably-
Warzone's still free.
Yeah.
They're probably going to have more of the Black Ops guns in there.
Or Cold
which-
War.
Yeah. I mean, you can still
There's
use...
supposed to be like 30 new guns coming.
Yeah, but
into
in
Warzone.
Warzone, you can still use those guns, and you can buy like the blueprints or whatever, or you can level them up through Warzone. You don't. I mean, if you don't have Cold War, so you can still level the guns up. It'll just be a lot harder.
I know the game's going to be like, you could just do this, buy the game.
I've
and
played
life's
Cold
gonna be
War,
easier
and the
for
Cold
you.
War weapons compared to Modern Warfare's weapons. Modern Warfare's weapons are better.
Well, they seem more right because like the gameplay is different between the two games,
Yes, it's
Yeah.
very different.
which I don't understand how they're gonna.
Merge.
Yeah,
I don't know. But and we'll move on to the 2020 Game Awards comes out on December 10th. So we'll have some news next week. But as far as like who's the the best game of the year and everything,
this
so.
would be like actually a really interesting year to watch this because
It's been a pretty big year for video games.
right because
Nobody can leave the house.
nobody can leave the house.
Everybody's just playing video games now.
and things got really hostile with the new generation of consoles coming out. So to see
And the lack of supply.
Yeah.
to see who kind of really benefits. And the thing about awards is they always get political. Okay, like the Oscars and stuff like that. They always give it to people that they think should win based off of their personality or their politics or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but that's you can tell that they're doing that. All right, so that's with video games kind of actually passing the threshold of entertainment marketing than movies are. Like they're probably worth more now than what movies are. Pretty damn close, but I wonder if their awards are going to get as much clout as like the Oscars or something like that. And if they do, are they going to bastardize it by selling out to politics, or are they going to actually try and be legitimate? This is a golden opportunity, so we'll find out.
And lastly, in my news, from supposedly now through Christmas, Best Buy has a deal going on where you buy two, you get one free. Granted, we're not advertising because Best Buy's not a
They don't
supporter,
give us money.
but it's a pretty good deal where you buy two, get one free for any next gen games or any games that will upgrade to the next gen. So some of the current gen stuff.
Best Buy should do it now because I gave them like $2,500 last week.
Yeah, but you're happy.
yeah, I have.
But that's a pretty good
New
deal.
Xbox Series X, big TV.
2 for 1 for next gen games. So figured I'd throw that in there for some of our audience to look out for.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all our movies, news, our movie, TV, and
We-
video game news.
We got to it with 20 minutes left. To listen
Holy
instead of
crap.
like 5 minutes.
But
yeah, we did some movies. What are they? All right, bye.
the top animated Christmas movies,
And
which
that includes claymation because it's a form of
yeah,
animation.
any kind of animated, fully animated movies. We'll start with number 10, which is the last on the list, Rise of the Guardians.
Never heard of it.
It was more recent.
Yeah.
Chris Pine, I think, is
Dumb.
Yeah, it came out in 2012. It's I want to say it's like this kid is
Jack Frost.
Jack Frost,
Yeah.
and he interacts with the Sandman, the Easter Bunny,
Yeah.
and Santa Claus. Like
So it's
trying-
like the Santa
yeah.
Claus
Yeah.
too, like the council.
Hugh
Yeah, kind of.
Hugh Jackman's the Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is Alec Baldwin plays Santa Claus, and he has this crazy Russian accent. You never would guess it's Alec Baldwin, like the way you hear him. That's pretty interesting.
This has been an interesting time in. Well, this came out a long time ago, but it seems like they're getting a little creative with who's going to play Santa Claus,
yeah.
Yeah, well,
like Mel Gibson.
it's not bad. It's worth a one-time watch, but my daughter was obsessed with it for a year, and I watched it a billion times, and I can't stand it.
Well, coming in ninth is The Grinch, which is the new 2018 CGI Grinch. Which
Benedict
is- yeah.
Cumberbatch.
That guy.
Dumb.
Me and my wife went and saw it in theaters. It's a funny movie. It's nothing like, well, I mean, overall it's like the
There's
first
the
one,
cartoon,
but-
and then there's the one with Jim Carrey.
It's
So
got-
that's it.
It's got like minion slapstick humor.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Run
before I kill again.
Yeah.
Then another one, number 8 on our list, is Claws, which is a 2019 Netflix movie that I haven't seen
J.K.
it.
Simmons does the voice of Santa Claus. And
Please
it's-
tell me he just is like J. Jonah Jameson the whole time.
No, he's like this sad old man that lives out in the woods. It's more of like a boiled down like origin story of Santa Claus, and the main character is who's the dude with the mole from all of the. He's in Scott Pilgrim. He's as one of the boyfriends. He's the final boss in Scott Pilgrim.
I never saw that movie.
The guy that plays Superman and
No, that's
No.
Brandon Routh.
oh,
No,
Brandon,
no,
okay,
no.
no, that's not him.
Well, anyways, Jason Schwartzman is that his name?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
Sounds
he-
good.
Schwartzman.
he's the main character, and he's a courier that like basically delivers presents from Claus to the poor kids in this village, and that's the origin of how. Yeah.
Well, when I looked it up on IMDb, it said it got an 8 out of 10. So
It's not bad. It's worth a one-time watch. It's
I'll have to
kinda
check it
long,
out. I've never heard of it. So
So
number 7 on our list is A Charlie Brown Christmas,
That should be higher.
made in 1965.
that's a great one.
That's one of the best ones.
Yeah, it's got a heavy religious undertone, and you can see why it's not as
For a kid sucking his thumb, walking around with a blankie.
Yeah.
Linus was like a Rhodes Scholar.
Yeah, but you can see why it's not as like mainstream today. But it's kind of a shame because like whether you believe in whatever religion or not, the story about just togetherness and stuff is a really good thing. So
Well, it was the first animated Peanut special,
Yeah.
and the production it ended 10 days before it premiered on TV,
wow,
and it premiered with 15 million viewers in 1965.
wow,
Wow. That's like everybody at the time.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
everyone with a TV.
The Earth's population.
Relation. Watched a Charlie Brown Christmas.
We'll move on. Number 6 was Frosty the Snowman.
I did not like this one.
Made in 1969.
I'll be honest. All those old claymation movies, I hated them.
This was a
Frosty's cartoon.
I hated them as a kid. Was it Frosty's a cartoon?
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
Oh, wow. No.
Anyways.
I hate that one.
I'll let you know when the next one's a claymation one.
I hate that one too.
But this one was made, and kind of thing that you don't realize anymore is it begins with the kids going to school on Christmas Eve, and like up until the 60s, that's what people did. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we all,
I think they got to go home early.
yeah, we're used to, you know, we get like
2
a week
weeks
off for
off.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, they get to go they get to go home from school from Christmas Eve, and they get released from the coal mine at 7:00 in the morning, an hour early. That's why your grandpa tells you about how hard it was getting to school.
Back in the day.
Yeah,
Number 5 was the Polar Express.
Boring movie.
Made in 2004. I thought so too.
It's boring. It's very slow.
Well,
It was cool when I was little.
Well, they were all about this motion capture thing
Yeah.
with
Tom
trying
Hanks
to
and
showcase all that. You know what's crazy is Tom Hanks did
Santa Claus.
basically all of the motion capturing.
Well, yeah, they said it won a 2006 Guinness record for the first all digital capture film.
Mm-hmm.
So
And he did the models for the boys. I think,
did?
I think he even did the little black girl. I think he was like the acting person for that too.
Oh, wow.
Because all they had to do is just scale it to whatever size, and then just put the skin of whatever character they need on them. So
the one they said one thing that you like throughout the movie that you, unless you're paying attention, you don't notice is like from the time the movie starts at 11:55 p.m. Nothing like the time never changes until the first gift is delivered by Santa Claus at the end of the film. So it all happens instantaneous.
yep. It's totally worth watching to notice little details like that.
But we'll go. Shut up.
Where's Scrooge at? I want that
I
one.
thought it was interesting.
Humbug.
Number 4 is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
My favorite Christmas
Didn't like
movie.
that one.
'Cause
Who could have
Yep.
guessed?
I don't like Tim Burton.
Made in 1993.
I love this movie. It's so great.
I've never seen the whole thing.
It's
I've never seen it in one shot.
It's
I've
just-
seen many bits and pieces of it at random points.
It's just if you take the two opposite holidays, Halloween and Christmas, and you put them together in a movie,
and make a sandwich.
you think it's going to be a trash movie, but it's actually really good. So, and the music done by Danny Elfman, who, by the way, was his first scoring for a film. He basically churned out scripts like as they were producing this movie. It was very hodgepodge put together, but it's an awesome. The music is great for this film. So.
And supposedly, like they got the idea for this because Burton was in some kind of store or something, and he saw Christmas decorations being put out next, like side by side with Halloween stuff, and Halloween hadn't even come and gone yet.
Wow.
So that's the whole reason, like the whole idea
Commercialism.
behind his movie is he just got fed up with it, so he made.
Yeah, man,
Nightmare
I get
Before
fed up
Christmas.
with it.
I mean, good for him. He was like the like in high school when you had that one kid that sits by himself in the corner. And he's got his hair down over his eyes, and he's just tired and like angry all the time. That kid. That was Tim Burton in Disney's animation studio, so, because he was going through the California animation Disney thing through that college, and like he was like the oddball weird guy, but he turned out great art. So, yeah.
All right, well, we'll move on to our third place movie, which is Santa Claus is Coming to Town, which it recently came on TV just a couple of days ago, but it's a 1970
I
claymation.
like that one.
The one about Kris Kringle. Let's see.
This one with the Winter Warlock, and he's like, "Call me Winter."
Yeah,
Oh, that's the worst one.
No, that's a great one.
he's got the little penguin that follows him around everywhere.
Topper.
But yeah, they said that there's the original version, like you know when he gets captured by the trees or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, there's like for a few scenes or a few moments of the film, you can actually see a guy's arm that's like holding one of the trees or something like that. You can see his arm in the film. I'm sure it's been edited out now.
It's
But
very. I'm sure not. I mean,
I always liked that one when I was a kid.
Well, they said that they've edited this movie a lot because there's like 2 or 3 sing along songs and dances that were completely taken out for commercial time.
The company, I can't remember what it's called, that made these things. The
Rankin Bass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That was the big to do with the production of Elf, because Elf was concerned that they were emulating too much, they would be sued, and they almost like canceled the movie of the old claymation thing. But what's funny is if you watch like the 10 seconds of the claymation stuff they have in Elf, it's way better than the whole movies that they have of these crappy claymation things.
Because it goes we'll move on to the next one, which is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, made in
Great.
1964.
Fantastic.
Most
Of course Elf has better animation because this was
People are
64.
trying to
that
boycott
was,
that
Why?
because it's about bullying. They bully Rudolph.
So
And I
Yeah,
was
and
like,
he
yeah.
shows them.
And he shows them the business. He's
Yeah.
like, he becomes number one. Like he's the lead guy. They got to smell his farts when they're flying around.
that's right,
Because he's the head of the pack now.
because he's got a cancerous growth growing out
His
of his
face that's radiating.
sizing.
Well, I did some research for the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and I didn't realize this, but Rudolph was created by a department store for an ad in 1939. And they created that in the jingle in 39, and then in 64.
If you look at like
You got
how
a
much
movie.
capitalism has implemented like all these Christmas traditions, it's kind of depressing. Like Santa Claus being red because of the Coca-Cola company and stuff like that. You know, Rudolph because of like they wanted to mainstream this new TV show thing that they could show a bunch of commercials and stuff for in the middle of it.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer shops at Macy's.
Yeah,
Well, like I said, Rudolph was developed in 1939, but the movie didn't come out till 64.
Oh.
But it's just kind of strange. They just a department store just throws in an ad with a red-nosed reindeer.
there it is.
And also in the if you watch the film at the end, you know how there's supposed to be 8 reindeer, right?
Yeah.
And then add on Rudolph. Well, at the end of the movie, as Santa Claus is flying away with Rudolph, there's only 6 reindeer.
Some didn't make it.
Two of them got harvested in that winter cold.
2 of them didn't make the cut. They couldn't escape the bumble.
And then
You prance too hard, Prancer.
so
Dancer danced too fast. and had a
Rudolph
heart
was
attack.
number 2. Well, number 1 on our list by pretty much
Everybody.
about half the people that voted for How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original cartoon
Yeah,
version, which
That's a good one.
that's a good one.
it was made in 1966.
I like the song.
It's one of the few films on Rotten Tomatoes that's actually 100% like
Oh, wow.
rated.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're basically a heathen bastard if you
Don't like
this
that.
movie. So.
The guy who did the song, You're Me One Mr. Grinch.
Burl Ives, I think.
No.
No.
That Burl Ives was the guy from Rudolph.
Okay.
He was the snowman.
Well, no, he also does something with.
Yeah, he's in a
the
bunch of
Grinch,
these.
but
I
I think he sings. the song.
Boris Karloff
Yes.
does the narration for How the Grinch Stole Christmas and the voice of the Grinch.
Mm.
But they would credit him for the song because they thought it was him, but it wasn't. And it was a guy called Thurl Ravenscroft,
Okay.
who was the original voice of Tony the Tiger.
Yeah. I
He
read
did
that.
the song, but they didn't get credit for it. And apparently Boris Karloff had a fit when he found out and was about to sue the studio to make sure he got props for doing the actual song and not him and getting paid for it.
You're a big boy.
Well, that in
The deepest voice ever to sing a song.
Karloff, they said that to make the Grinch's voice different from the narrator, they said they had to take out anything that when he got high pitched, which that's what made the Grinch more gravelly sounding as well. So,
yeah, my dad knows
I must
a
stop
ton of
Christmas
history about
from
this
coming.
movie.
and then supposedly the Dr. Seuss wrote all the song lyrics for all the songs in the movie too.
Yeah, it was you could tell that there's a lot of Seuss control in how this was portrayed. Because the little Who, what's her name?
Cindy
Cindy
Lou
Lou
Who,
Yeah,
who's no
her,
more than 2.
yeah, her little story is
And originally they didn't. Dr. Seuss didn't want to make this, but he said he got talked into it by Chuck Jones, which is the did he
Animator?
make Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss was highly against it, but then he said he sat down with Chuck Jones and they talked it over and eventually convinced him to do it. So,
yeah.
Also, this is the movie that had the very first diss track of all time.
yeah.
It's almost a 3-minute song of Thurl Ravenscroft giving the business to the Grinch. It's insult after insult after put down after put. It's just you nauseate me. It's you piece of.
In arsenic sauce.
I'd rather make out with a seasick crocodile than touch you with a 39.5-foot pole, you bastard. It's like if the Grinch heard, he'd probably be like, "Aw."
But-
Liked it.
Yeah, that's our list. The top one's The Grinch. Then you got Rudolph, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Nightmare Before Christmas, Polar Express, Frosty the Snowman, Charlie Brown Christmas,
No.
Klaus. I mean,
Klaus.
Claus, the Grinch, and Rise of the Guardians.
One
Right.
that should be on here that I'm sure somebody's gonna go, "Huh, they forgot this one." The Year Without Santa Claus.
Yeah,
With Snow Miser and Heat Miser.
yeah.
Just because that's like one of the funniest songs.
It's not bad, but I put the ones that I could remember, and then nobody else added them. So.
Look at that. We did the list, and we still have 5 minutes to spare.
Well,
Dog.
we still got a punishment to go
That's
through.
true.
do we?
Somebody,
Spin the
somebody
wheel.
needs to spin that wheel.
I don't want to spin the wheel. The wheels betrayed me.
Let's hope it keeps going.
Come on, get
Come
time.
on. No.
Yes.
By who?
I didn't see.
Hayden.
That was
Movie.
me. What was it?
Movies.
Okay. Well, I have a movie,
I
but
love this.
I gotta
hate
think
it.
of a Christmas movie that. Oh, got it. Santa's Sleigh. That's the movie you have to watch. Starring Goldberg.
Starring Goldberg.
let me pull
Any Santa Claus in this?
Yeah, he is.
He's like mega Santa Claus. It's like Santa Claus if he was just powering through creatine and hitting the gym all year. Does he just push it?
Push the sleigh.
What am I watching? This is so green screen. It's not even fake.
At least they have real reindeer.
No, they don't.
Oh, is that
It's like a turbine engine powering up.
What? Oh my god. Neil Breen did better editing.
Wait, no, that wasn't it. That was somebody's like spy cam on Santa. I was like,
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I misspelled Slay. It's spelled S-L-A-Y, not S-L-E-I-G-H. There we go. 2005 trailer.
Santa. Does he like slay people with a sword?
Grandpa, I want the truth about Christmas.
If it's the truth you want, then it's the scary truth you're gonna have.
According to the Book of Claus, Santa, Satan's only son, lost a bet
Satan's only son.
and was forced to spread Christmas cheer. Now, all bets are off.
Oh yeah.
Yes, there is a Santa Claus.
There's just explosions for no reason.
Ho, ho, hoes.
Wow.
All right. At least you get a Scott Shaw reprieve for a little while.
Thank God. A Christmas themed punishment.
Yep, there you go.
Jingle this. mother-
Looking good for that one next go around. That just came right out of the top of my head too. I did not plan that at all. So
You like just like the blank stare on your face is like,
Yep.
and then like the little hamster started going.
yep.
All right, well, thank you all for joining us again for one more episode of Entertain This. We're going to have one more episode next week, and then we're going to take a little time off
Yep.
for the holidays. But
We'll-
we'll have stuff coming out still.
Yeah, we'll
so
post some gaming stuff if you guys want to get online and watch us do stupid things.
don't be surprised if there's cyberpunk stuff.
I will be twitching my Cyberpunk experience, and then probably at some point making a little video about it. So, yeah.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.